Hey, what's up? Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2005 drama musical film that it is, Rent. This is directed by Chris Columbus. This is based off of the Broadway show Rent that came out in 93, I think. I'm not exactly sure what year it came out. I know it closed in 08. I saw it on Broadway in 06, 07. This movie came out in 05. This stars Anthony Rapp, Adam Pascal, Rosario Dawson, Jesse L. Martin, Wilson Germain, Heredia, Adina Menzel, Tracy Thoms, Taye Diggs, many more people. So this is the second thing I ever saw Adina Menzel as I saw her originally on Broadway for the 2003's Wicked. I didn't really know anything about the other actors and actresses a part of this. I know that Jesse Martin had gone on to play Joe in, not Arrow, Flash on CW. So this has a majority of the original cast. I know Adam Pascal that played Roger. I believe he was in the original Broadway show. Taye Diggs was in it. Adina Menzel was in it. Anthony Rapp is in it. So this is a deep, depressing Christmas film. It is a rock opera. Takes place December 24th, 1989 and ends December 24th, 1990. So it's a year in a life of these bohemians who live in Alphabet City, which is like a 3-block radius of the East Village in Manhattan, lower east side of Manhattan. So this is in the days of, HIV and AIDS, when they were still trying to figure out what it was, and, starving artists and drug addicts and, hopers and dreamers. This is such an eclectic story. It's such a diverse cast. This is a true representation of Representation Matters, way in the early 90s before, that was really mainstream. Now Representation Matters is mainstream, but back in early 90s, when Jonathan Larson, is that his name, who wrote the book and the music for this, who died the night before the off-Broadway premiere. That is not fun, but it is a fact. He, was writing from his experiences within that community. So it's also loosely based on La Boheme, which I believe is a story, but this is a hard rock opera. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes long flat. There are some differences compared to the Broadway show than the movie, but I love this movie. You have to be in the right mindset to watch this movie. I was not in the right mindset to watch this movie. A lot of stuff has happened recently, and my emotions took over, because that's what this film does. That's what the music of this does. That's what the story of this does. It just eats your soul and makes you realize no day but today. So I don't want to talk much longer because I am going to start to bawl. But it's rough watching it because of how real the portrayals are. I like the movie a lot more than I do the musical, as in the Broadway show, just because it's more immersive. So you see the dirt, the grime, the dust, the sweat, the tears. Did I say grime? We'll say grime again. It's more immersive in that, kind of lifestyle that was trying to be portrayed for that late 80s, early 90s bohemian type of culture. The Broadway show has a very, very plain set. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not that immersive. This movie makes you feel like you're a part of their day to day, and I like that. I like, Mark trying to be the filmmaker, Roger trying to be the musician, Mimi is, wants to go back to school, but she's still, on a stripper pole, and she's still, shooting up heroin. Joanne and Maureen are, have their back and forths constantly. Collins and Angel, their relationship prior to Angel's passing and that funeral is just so hard to watch. But with Mimi, passing away, but then coming back and saying Angel, was there and she looked good. Like, it's just so hard. But this is also an important film because this came out in 2005. Not many people, when you go to the movies and are seeing a, film of this nature, have seen two males kissing before. So this was big in a groundbreaking front, in middle America, if you will. Also, not many people were exposed or were aware of what a drag queen is. So the character of Angel goes by he pronouns, but also goes by she pronouns, depending on, what he/she is wearing. So it's talking about gender normatives. It's talking about a bunch of different taboo stuff, which is slowly becoming normalized, which I'm so happy to see the progression we've had over the last 30 years. But it was a groundbreaking show. And I absolutely love this musical, and I don't know why so many critics hated it, and I don't know why it didn't do well in the box office. I don't understand, because this is a really great story. It's a great story. It has amazing music, and the difference between a musical and a rock opera, I mean, yes, it's referenced as Rent the Musical, but a rock opera is when you have songs that lead into other songs. It's just like the whole thing is just songs, right? One song leads into the next, which leads into the next. You might have very few dialogue bits, snippets in between each song, but the songs are what tell the story. And that's what's great about a musical, because that's what a song is for. The song is a part of the story. It just leads you to the next dialogue. In a regular musical, you have like monologues, and then you have songs, and then you have monologues, and then you have songs. You have back and forth dialogue, but a musical has monologues in it. A rock opera does not have a monologue in it. A rock opera has songs, some dialogue, songs, dialogue, little things like that. A rap opera has been stemmed from rock operas. So rap operas, I guess In the Heights is a good example of that. Lin-Manuel Miranda is, to give credit for. Hamilton obviously is a rap opera. Very minimal dialogue in between each song, because it's just one continuous, story flow of songs. So there's your little fun facts on the thespian front, the theater front. But I was 15 when this came out. I remember seeing it. It was like, December 2005, November 2005, one of those years, one of those months. Yeah, still cuts my soul all these years later. Yeah, Rent the movie. Rosario Dawson as Mimi Marquette. Ugh. And it's so funny seeing the progression she has had as an actress over these last 15 years, because she's Ahsoka Tano in Mandalorian right now, and it's just, she's blowing up everywhere. It's really cool, having all these different pieces come together. So Rent, the rock opera Rent, the 2005 movie musical event that is Rent. Go check it out if you haven't watched it. But be in a mindset to get your soul ripped out, snapped in half, and stomped on the ground. Keep a blanket handy. That's all I'll say. Mucho mahalo.